Welcome back. You're still tuned in to News and Views with myself, Salailo Makwidi. It is time for our hashtag Africa Focus feature. This is a part of the show where we look at some of the biggest stories on the African continent, and we'll be heading over to Eastern DRC, where there's still a lot of uncertainty. This is after months of renewed fighting, territorial losses by government forces, and continued advances by the M23 rebels. A new peace framework and a potential Washington brokered agreement have raised hopes. But beneath the headlines lurks deeper questions. Who really gets to benefit here? The people or the war economy? What happens to millions and millions of displaced people, mineral-rich territories, and the long-term sovereignty of the DRC? And today on News and Views, we'll be speaking to a representative of the Congolese Solidarity Campaign to help us probe the real prospects for peace, justice, and sustainable longevity of peace within the region. And we'll be speaking to Raphael Bahebwa. He's joining us via telephone. Raphael, thank you so much for joining us. Always a pleasure having you on Salam Media.
Good morning, and thanks for having me this morning. And I'm just greeting all your viewers this morning. Thank you.
No, the pleasure's all ours. And I think let's jump right into it. I want to focus on the nature of this new peace process, the current framework agreement and prospective peace deal. It appears to offer, I don't know, some kind of a path out of this conflict. But from your opinion, is this a genuine attempt at peace, or a more kind of management of optics for the region and also international interests? Are you for it? Are you against it? And why?
Thank you so much for your question, my brother. We've been interviewed with a couple medias, and our response is same, because like I said before, we are children of Great Lake, especially Kivu, South Kivu area. And we know our sickness is only when we're telling people, they pretend to be our solution, but they don't know what is happening. And through the question which you just asking, the peace process between America, Congo, and Rwanda, we spoke this previously, that is imposition from America, because they are the one who trained Rwandese soldiers to invade Congo since 1994, 95, 96. And we gave scenario of the really problem which we are having in Great Lake. And then I don't think that in politics or in career, if someone start a problem, is the one who's going to bring solution. It may happen, but on our context, we are just crying about our over 18 million people who are already genocided, and the world is silent, and they're proposing to bring peace talks. But for us, we just say it's between America and is between Rwanda and Congo, but we not even include our people in this process, because it's between state to state, but people are excluded. So we don't see clear where we're going, unless let's see what is happening through what men who think that is everything is a messiah of Great Lake, Mr. Kagame, who just pronounced now that he's the one who's the father of M23, and he's the one who's controlling our two entire Kivu, our two entire north and south, and all the great Kivu. He just announced it, and we want to ask the world, what next? Because we've been saying this, and that's why our determination, we need to defend ourselves, because no one who looks like is going to be with us. So that is what we're trying to say, my brother.
In the most simplest of terms, just to summarize it, what would a proper peace deal look like for the people of the Great Lakes area, for the people of Kivu and the people of the Eastern DRC?
My brother, we are not a part of this world or this continent. We are also children of Africa. We are Bantu. We are human beings, and we cannot exist if others are not existing. We've been saying this, what they did, so-called Tutsi, because I may say this, and sorry to tell you that we're not hating Rwanda, we're not hating Burundi, we're not hating Uganda, because before 1994 we were living like brothers and sisters. But after 1994, President of Rwanda, who was assassinated in aeroplane with Mr. Kagame and his conspiracy, and then that's why things went sour up to now. We're crying that we lost over 18 million people just in DRC, excluding refugees who cross border from Rwanda to Congo. 90% of them also were assassinated. So by coming back to your question, what I would like to say, I would like just to say that we are not isolated people on the continent. And through our movement, Congolese Solidarity Campaign, we are asking solidarity. You understand the meaning of solidarity. We are asking solidarity because the problem which we have in Great Lake, it needs to be discussed from below. I may say this and I may repeat this. It needs to be discussed from below, community to community. What went wrong between us and why we're killing each other. By your information, we already started it here in diaspora. We, with people from Rwanda, who were genocide as well, and they flee. We have them here, and we ask them, because when we came here, we were afraid for each other and say, you killing us, you killing us. But after talking, we have some courageous meeting whereby we're trying to figure out what is separating us, what makes us to run away. Is a system which is in Kigali and is in architecture in Uganda. This is what is making us to go where we are. We don't blame. We don't try to say that we dream that this and this person is the one who just kill us. No, we say the system in Rwanda, the system in Uganda, which was mentored with former Tanzania President Julius Nyerere, because he's the one who put Museveni in power, and from there things went the way it is today. So us bringing peace in Great Lake, we are in the process. We sit down and we talk. But who's going to approach Kagame to call his FDLR to come back in Rwanda so they can solve their problem? Because this is what he used to say, that they're in Congo. Meanwhile, James Kabarebe, he's the man who was general of Army of Rwanda. Meanwhile, in Congo, 1996, 1997, he worked for both countries just to look for FDLR. But after finishing them, he still say they are in Congo. So we become FDLR to Rwanda, and this is a problem which is making really things to be not understood. So we're trying to say that on our capacity, we're trying to lobby our neighbors who are in diaspora and say, guys, what went off between us and you? We discuss and we find that there's no problem. Our problem is the system in Rwanda, system in Uganda, which they're trying even to associate of Kenya, and that suffering is still going. But my brother, we are human beings, man. We have to fight for our rights. We have to fight for our land, and nothing which will bring excuse. This is what I would like to say. Peace is there, but the system in Rwanda is a problem. Yes.
Lastly, before I let you go, you mentioned something very, very important, that you guys, as the people of the Congo, you seek solidarity from the rest of the continent, and from the international community. And with so much happening across the world, I think it's very, very important from each people to tell their story. For instance, you have what's happening in Sudan at this current moment. The people there are telling their story. What's happening in Palestine at the moment, the people there are telling their story and trying to make the world better understand what's really going on in those countries respectively. from your perspective at this current moment, what do you think the world needs to know about what's happening in the DRC, and what can they do to support the cause of the Congolese people?
My brother, thank you so much for this question, and it's very tactful. We reached so far because remember that Congo, we have border with Sudan, in northern part of Congo. We have border with them. And then I meet with them in Johannesburg. My brother, the system which is disturbing Great Lake in Africa is just Uganda and Rwanda. They have contracts to destabilize the Great Lake so that they can work for their masters to just give their benefit. Because war, outcome of war, they can come and steal mineral without any cost. They don't pay revenue. They don't pay SARS. They don't do that at any country when the war is there. Because when there is a war, there is no order. What we're trying to say, these guys, they have contract. I'm saying this and I repeat. Rwanda president, whose son of, I think he called Museveni his godfather. And then Museveni also was put there with Julius Nyerere. That is why we are having mess in that area. We call it by clear name because it's already out on it is not longer hidden. They forming an empire called Empire Hima. They have power to take out even presidents and put another one. And then whatsoever they dictating in Great Lake, it happened because they are well equipped because European Union, international community, those international community, they work in their favor. So that's why last time I said that we look like we are alone under the globe, and understand that DRC is where everyone is looking to steal whatsoever they want to steal. My brother, we know about what is killing us, and we don't point ourselves. Our former president Mobutu just spoke this before he died. I quote, he just said there is no dog which can climb a tree without someone putting it there. He was speaking straight away about Kagame. And then Kagame, what he's doing, we are very ashamed because Kagame is becoming to be older. And after that, I know they did use our former president Mobutu. They did use so many, even Saddam Hussein. And after time, they reject him, this imperialist and so on, this system. So what we're trying to feel, we don't want that thing to carry on because it will escalate from Kagame and Seveni through their children, and the conflict will go on and on and on. We just need solidarity with the entire globe. If people really, they have a sense of human being in their mind, because human being is a human being, and our legs doesn't have border, what we learn in South Africa. We just need people to check this, not from beyond what people are saying, because we are the professors of our own story. It started in Rwanda and Uganda, and we say, guys, why you flee your countries? You have always problem. And those comrades, they tell us, no, it will come here. And we were saying, no, guys, the Congo is a powerful country. But I warned even South Africa last time that Cabo Delgado, they are some friends which is giving guns to Kagame, Israel, which is giving gun to Kagame. They are the one who are under this mineral, and it will reach even in South Africa. This is an early warning sign. So we're trying to say we need solidarity so that tomorrow we must face challenges which are coming as a human being, as a nations. We come together because our sisters believe that Africa is not a continent, it's a country. And we want to put that back, because without that, they will keep stealing from us and killing us, separating us, and we won't be a human being the way God wants us to be. My brother, this is what I feel to share with you. There's nothing to hide. We know our story. We never read this in a book. We just tell you as it is. And believe me or not, we will just get end on what we are saying. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Brother Raphael Bahebwa, thank you so much for joining us. Always a pleasure.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
There you go, member of the Congolese Solidarity Campaign, Raphael Bahebwa, giving us insights and his thoughts on this new proposed ceasefire that seems to be, hanging on by a thread. So essentially, the proposed ceasefire in the DRC aims to halt fighting between government forces and the M23 rebels as part of a broader peace framework. But there are signals that it might not see the light of day, that, this diplomatic momentum is not moving the way that you'd want it to because of how fragile it is from both sides who continue to trade accusations. There are key rebel held territories which are unresolved, and questions persist about regional involvement and control of mineral rich areas in the DRC. We know at the core of it all, at the core of this conflict that we're seeing in the DRC is one thing and one thing only. It's minerals. They have very, very important minerals for the tech industry, and it's a fight for exploitation, essentially. But yeah, we'll continue to be following the story, and as questions continue to persist about regional involvement, particularly from Kenya and Rwanda, and the control of some of these mineral-rich areas, we'll continue to follow it. And in short, the ceasefire is, I don't want to seem pessimistic, but essentially a pause without potential, or with potential, depending on how you see it. But it is far from a guaranteed path to lasting peace. Going to take a quick break. This has been hashtag Africa Focus with me, Salailo Makwidi, on News and Views. We'll see you after this.